boy, I don't know if I can recall seeing a bag at under $130 from Patricia Nash, because this is genuine leather. We'll talk you all through the details. This is one of the 5 remaining choices. One has sold out. That's what happens when you wait. But let's take our look at the today's special together. Wow. This is kind of the perfect bag, the perfect size, the perfect shape. It is so darn pretty. In fact, that is one of my all-time favorites. That's the ox blood, that really deep, rich, like a Merlot. By the way, it's also one of the 2 tooled bags with that floral tooling, so beautifully done. That's down below. We'll get to all the snaps, the buckles, the hardware, the pockets on the inside and out. But this is the ox blood. Then we have the cinnamon in this beautiful floral. I love the tooling. It is such an incredible process to watch happen. We've got footage to show you what that process is all about, because all of these bags, these are one of a kind. They are made by real human hands with real needles and real stitches. We are proud to have Patricia Nash at HSN, and this is where it all began. This is the quintessential must-have when it comes to a print from Patricia. That is the maps design, and original map from like in the 1700s. Lots of things have changed since then, but it's so neat to take this little historic trip through the journey of life, and certainly of Patricia's journeys too. Then we have 2 other choices. Now, keep in mind, we have lost one, the Kent Countryside. I knew it was gonna go early, and it did. It went just the last hour with Patricia and Shannon. I love the Italian inspiration on this one. This one is called Folklore Blue, Folklore Blue, excuse me. But I love the fact that, to me, because I was in Italy this summer for a couple of weeks, it reminds me of some of the tiles and the mosaics that I saw in some of the factories and the ceramic stores that I went to. So it's very quintessential Italian, which all of these bags, if you found in Italy, you might as well at least double the price, if not more. I know that from personal experience. And then lastly, we love the Marigold Harvest. This is my personal favorite, and because it's new to my eye, but it is the most limited at this point. We've got about 1,000 of these to go around for the rest of the day. Now keep in mind, as you're looking at these bags, the perfect size, 9¼ in length, 3¼ in the width, and then it's got about an 8-inch height with a drop of 21 to 24 inches in this adjustable crossbody, all leather strap. And I will repeat, all leather, because you look at a price like this, it is not indicative of the kind of quality that you would expect or would pay if you went to Italy, for example, or even to a department store where you're gonna find Patricia Nash. This is exclusive, especially several of the colors you would never find out there. And nor would you find the price. These are some of my favorite features. It's all about what we can do as women to get organized. And Patricia, being a woman, organizing for women and designing handbags for women, they just become the addiction that they should be, because we carry bags every day, and this is one that's gonna keep you organized with an outside pocket. You saw the credit card slots in the inside, an inside zip pocket, plus a couple other pouches. So we'll get into all of that, but I do invite you to take advantage of this one before any other choices sell out. And it gives me great pleasure to not only introduce to you one of my favorite people that we always think we must be related, because there's something that just feels like we are, not to mention we look like we should be, but we're not.
This is
in
fun.
person for the first time in too long.
I know, isn't it? I'm glad to be back. I mean, and what an exciting bag. You know, saddlebags have been around for decades, right? I mean, literally, probably over 100 years. And when I was looking to bring an exclusive bag to HSN, it was, what classic style can we really capture and bring that old world craftsmanship, bring the countryside of England into this whole inspiration of this time. I mean, I just got back with a family. We stayed at the Cotswolds. We rented a manor house right there. That's the house we rented. The gardens in this Calais were just amazing. The English lavender, the village, that's Broadway, a little village close to the house where I bought the dress that this was inspired from.
Really?
Yeah. So it was quite the experience. But the saddlebag is interesting because now I'm seeing it on the runways. I was in Paris and I saw a lot of the fashion shows and so forth, and there was a saddlebag by some of these top luxury designers selling for thousands of dollars, and I'm just smiling to myself thinking,
thousands.
it's gonna be on HSN in a couple months.
Little do they know.
$129. So there you go. But what's great about yeah, isn't it? And it's so true. But what's great about this too is when it goes out of trend, it's still classic. So this isn't one of those trendy bags that you can only wear, you know, for that 1 year or that one season. This will be your go-to all the time. And you know, everyone that knows me, I carry a tote bag when I travel. But I always, in my tote bag, I have a crossbody. Because when I go shopping, or I'm with the grandkids, or I'm taking the dogs for a walk or whatever, I want all my things with me, right? But I don't want to be belabored by a huge tote bag.
Right, and your hands are occupied, it's heavy, it's weighing down one side of your body, not the other.
But I need my tote bag every day of my life because I carry my files, you know, I've got my computer in there, my tear sheets, just all kinds of things. I put this inside my tote bag.
That's a great idea. In fact, I learned that from you because I do the same thing. I carry too much to and from work, and then I get kind of just used to carrying that as my bag. But the truth is, it's just for all my like big work stuff.
Right,
my
to
personal
and from
stuff
work,
goes
or when you're traveling and all that. But then when you get to the hotel, or you get to your office, or you get home, or you're at the mall, I put my tote bag in my trunk. I pull out my crossbody that I've got my little wallet in there. I've got everything I need, my notepad, my phone, my keys, everything else. And then I'm hands-free, and I barely feel it on my body. So this is really that great bag, and I love sharing the story because when my mom turned 83, which was about 5 years ago, she had never had a crossbody. I said, Mom, please, you have a cane, you're having difficulties getting around, let's try a crossbody. And then I remember, I tickled to death. She goes, well, I wish you would have convinced me of that earlier.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, I wish before I was 83, you convinced me to do it. And she felt so liberated because she realized how many of the things do you put in your handbag that you don't really need?
Yes.
How many things do you not go through, and then when you're emptying your bag one day and changing out a bag, you go, oh, I forgot I had that, or oh, that big old thing of lotion that I never use, you know, once in a blue moon. So this is that perfect bag. It's lightweight. You barely feel like you have it on, but I like to say it's that little engine that could, because it's gonna hold everything. It's gonna get you throughout your day without missing one little thing. And you're just gonna get a lot of compliments, and you're gonna feel really confident about it because it's gonna be the right bag for you.
It's kind of that sweet spot bag.
Yeah,
you know?
It really is.
You're right, so many of us are guilty of carrying something too big. And this is what really is the essential part of what we do as women, and that's carry our personal things, our lipstick, our compact, our powder, our phones, you know, all the essential things. Our wallets, by the way, which of course we've got wallets, we've got coin purses, we've got sunglass cases, all to match back to our today's special. In fact, let me double check here. Oh boy, we have lost that one the Kent Countryside in all choices but the coin purse. So you might want to take a look. If you got the Kent Countryside, good for you. Yeah. Lucky you, congratulations, because it is gone. But, well, that's how popular this is. And you know, I should address something, because you know, when we talk about HSN and products, there are many times we can get like 30, 40,000 of something for a day that it's a focused item and has been, you know, purchase order like a year ago or so. Obviously, when we talk about Patricia Nash and her handbags, these are not pumped out on a factory line like so many products are. We can get a small quantity, and when we do, we are so excited because the value is not representative of the quality of what you're getting. But furthermore, my point is, these are not normal. There is something so extraordinary about the quality of the leather. Let's talk about that. We want to show you that footage that I mentioned, because your line is really, really at the top. Yeah,
I mean, it is amazing, and I brought the hides with me today because I wanted to really share and show you that, because so many times—
Let's take a look at those.
So many times I talk about the hides, and I bet you, as a consumer, hear people always say, oh, it's the finest leathers. Oh, it's leathers from Italy. You know, everyone romances their leathers. Well, I wanted to come and show you that we really do start with a full cowhide.
Wow.
And I wanted to really show you that this is full grain leather. Behind this print, you can just see the grain of this leather. If you were standing here, you would feel the suppleness, the thickness, the healthiness of this cowhide, and you would smell the leather. I mean, these are all vegetable tan leather. Why is that important? Because we use natural tannins instead of heavy chrome chemicals. And when you use those heavy chrome chemicals, you lose that scent of the leather. Because
so true.
And this,
I know.
this smells like you're in a leather handbag factory. So this is that
amazing.
blue folklore. I love the way this turned out. It's got like this watercolor look to it. And this is artwork that we took from Italy that was over 100 years old and just created our own pattern out of it. But these are all things like you said earlier, you could see on mosaic tiles if you went to Italy. You can see it on ceramics, and we just created our own special little interpretation of that beautiful folklore art.
How is it so consistently done too?
Isn't it?
It's so amazing to me.
It
Looking
really
at this
is.
is such a treat to give you a whole different appreciation of the quality that you're getting here.
And then this I wanted to show, because this is that tooling. I often talk about the tooling.
Wow.
And I say how it's hand burnished and how you can't even get this effect unless you really start with a full grain vegetable tanned leather. It has to be a really good quality leather to take this heat and this pressure of the deboss and emboss. But we don't stop there, Callie. We take a sponge, like a soft rag, and we put stain in it. It's called hand burnishing. And we don't just do it over the rose, we do it over the whole hide.
Wow.
And so see all those highs and lows? That makes it look like this was leather that was in your grandfather's working tooling room or something, you know? It's it just really brings out the beauty of this beautiful hide. So that's what the cinnamon and the oxblood tooling choices are made out of, that same leather. Here's that marigold harvest.
This is so limited now. So limited if you want it.
Yeah, this is the next one to go. This leather, this came from that dress, a vintage dress I found in Broadway. Now, Broadway, if you wanted to look it up, is a little village. And Callie, you have to go there sometime. There's a hotel there called the Legum Arms. And it's the first trip I went with my husband. It's over 500 years old, this hotel.
Oh my gosh.
500 years old. And it's just a small, it's probably about 2 blocks, this village. And there was a vintage shop there, and there's a dress that had all these kind of colors in there. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to do that.
Oh, I love that.
So we made it enlarged. We, of course, changed a few things up like we normally do, but it just is
It reminds me of a really famous artist who is known for his sunflowers.
Yes. I don't know who that could be. And then this, of course, this is the star of the show, I think. You know, for so many years, I did the Italian map when I first launched. It became my signature map. It was an old map of Italy. And I got so many emails, so many call-ins for people saying, why don't you do a vintage map of Europe? We'd love to see it. So about 2 years ago, someone said, hey, I heard you were looking for a map. I want to show you this map that I got. It's from an anonymous engraver. They've checked it out, and they can tell by the names of the bodies of water or some of the grounds. And from the 1700s, 1767 is where they narrowed it down to. And I thought, okay, let's do it. So we enhanced the colors. I made this beautiful natural background, but what a great bag this makes.
Oh my gosh,
I mean,
it really
it's just so, isn't that just amazing?
It's inspiring me to want to take another trip.
Well, here's
somewhere.
Norway. I got to go there.
Hey!
You've got to be from Norway or some.
I am all from Norway.
And I've got great grandparents buried in Oslo. I keep wanting to get there. I haven't yet, but that's on my bucket
family
list.
Comes from Hallingdal, somewhere in this
There,
area.
okay,
So.
there you go.
But
we probably are related. If you've got family still there, we probably are related.
I do.
But I just love this. It's such a conversation piece. It looks so elevated. You know, I think this whole collection in this bag really is like this European country feel, you know, that, and it's really interesting what's going on with with Queen Elizabeth and so forth, and we're seeing all this tradition and everything, because that's what it kind of reminds me of, this casual country kind of regal feel about a saddle bag. I mean, there's again, that looks like pictures you got out of a book, but this is all in the neighborhood we were in. everywhere you drove, you just saw this. The people there, Callie, some of the people were there, have never left. They're like 5th and 6th generation, you know, and so it's just beautiful. The architecture, the people, the food, the smell of all the vegetation. It's just quite incredible. So I thought it was very fitting to have this European map, this tooling, really all this leather, because the craftsmanship of the leather in England is amazing. Even like the cinnamon color and that trim on that marigold that she's wearing right there, that was all inspired by an old English saddle I got.
Oh my gosh.
And I actually had it shipped to my showroom in New York.
Oh, I love these stories. Oh, this is good.
Because, you know, the tooling they would do on the saddles and so forth. So
it's true. We take so much for granted as to what you put into these bags.
We do. But this is a bag that won't go out of style whether you're 18 or 80. What an amazing present. You know, whether it's for Rosh Hashanah, a birthday, Christmas, whatever it is. I mean, it's right around the corner, and you can barely get wallets anymore for that price.
You know, you just read my mind. I was just going to say, to get your wallets at $129 is a good deal. I mean, for some of the bigger ones. We've got some smaller ones in today. We've got some of the smaller ones that are perfect size to go right into this little, this crossbody. I'll get you the information because we've got sunglass cases, we've got coin purses, we've got the other little great. These are cool.
Yeah, and that jewelry box,
yes, the jewelry boxes are amazing. Also available, different item number, which you'll see it's all gonna kind of rotate up on the screen for you there. The coin purses, as I mentioned, I think we still do have the Kent Countryside, along with the other choices as well, from the folklore blue to the maps to we have 100 left in the Kent Countryside, to this incredible, I love
that
this,
marigold harvest,
I just love those colors so much.
Yeah, and what I love about all our choices too, they're not something, they can look like fall, but they could be a real chameleon and move right into spring, summer. The map, of course, the European map, you can wear year round. This with that biscuit background, you can wear year round. The cinnamon is sort of like a new brown or new tan. And the oxblood is a great substitution for a black bag.
Oxblood is generally speaking the #1 bestseller here. It's such a great, deep, rich, like it just feels like one of those cognacs that has been in a bottle for like 500 years that costs like $1,000 a shot. But beautiful in that sense. Thank you guys if you're just tuning in on this Sunday afternoon. I know it's a day of football, it's a day of lots of other news that we've been watching for the last week or so, and sometimes doesn't it feel good to just go, I'm gonna make this about me right now. I'm gonna treat myself to something that I'm sick of carrying, that old ratty handbag that has just been, you know, the arms or the handles are kind of frayed or worn. This is a really nice upgrade and a beautiful part of your whole fashion statement. So as you look at the girls, whether you go with one of the prints, which we're down to 3, we had 4, and then we have 2 of the solids when it comes to just your overall color choices. We'll remind you of what those look like. Let's go through the bag. Do you wanna go through that? Because I know it's fun to see what's inside. Do you wanna do that?
Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
We're gonna give you an inside look.
I've got an empty one here.
Well, let's fill it and then we'll empty it again.
We'll fill it all again. I mean, I just love this hardware on it. You know, I'm really proud of the hardware as much as I am the leather. It won't tarnish. It's gonna look like this. It's always got a brushed finish to it. This is a brushed nickel on this one. Just really beautiful color. I love showing these raw tassels so you really see that sky leather when you go down. When you open up the flap, it's finished so it's got that full grain leather on this side, and then we take another piece of suede and sew it to the back of that lining. I mean, that flap, so it's really beautiful. Here you see you've got a compartment here. There's a zip window on the back of that all the way across. I mean, here's that jewelry case that we were talking about. And look at this, this is loaded with the jewelry.
Oh my gosh, that is a cool design.
Yeah, it's got the rings that you can put on it, the earrings, the bracelets, just the whole bit. So we'll put that in here. Here's the sunglass case. I know we talked about that, but it's even got a nose guard on it. I just love these cases. I mean, that could go right here, but before I put anything in it, there's a credit card wall, all in leather, all the way across that. The same beautiful full grain leather that's on the outside of the bag. So let's slip those in there. Well, I have so much room still in here. I could put a wallet on top of that. Here's your credit card. So if you wanted to put those right here in the credit card slots, here.
No need for an extra wallet with that bag.
Yeah, and then on this side, you've got elastic pockets. Let's put my lip gloss there, maybe my cream here, put a little comb here if I want. On the back, why don't I put my phone on there, my great big phone that easily goes in there. I could still put my keys in there. It has a mag snap to keep it secure if you'd like. But that just shows you, and there's still, look at how much room we have in there. You still have room to put more in there, but you could just see how wide that gusset is. It's almost 3.5 inches. You see this unique hardware on the side that has this great action to it, so that's so easy to wear and fall down when you're trying to get on the inside of it. And then you see this buckle. So it's adjustable, like you said. I think it's adjustable like 6 inches. So if you're 5'3" or 6'3", you're gonna find a spot for you. And you can also wear it as a long shoulder strap. So if you're just like, you know, I keep hearing you, but I'm still not feeling a crossbody, try it as a long shoulder bag.
I think that is so true.
Yeah.
Like you said, from 5'3" to 6'3", what a great point.
Yeah.
You know, oh boy, I have to update you guys. My producer Brandon's in my ear. Here we are. That's what happens as the day moves along, and people are realizing these are not gonna, you know, if I don't make my move, I'm gonna feel that sense of remorse. That is the worst feeling. And don't ever feel like, you know, oh, buyer's remorse here, because you've got a month. You've got a month to try something, see it in person, feel it. Smell that leather, feel the functionality, enjoy how you can carry this in really just the essentials that you really want and take. But this one, I don't want you to miss. We did lose that Kent Countryside. That was one of the new prints. This is another that is new and most limited. We don't even have 1,000 of these left. And keep in mind, we are live. We broadcast almost 100 million homes nationwide every day. And this is, here we are, midday, like it's just after lunch on the West Coast. So some of you haven't even seen this until now. This is beautiful. This is my personal favorite. I'm a huge lover of these mustard colors.
Yeah.
The burnt yellows and oranges and the burgundies in this. And this one is exclusive, so you won't even find it anywhere but here at HSN. And don't forget, this is, like I said, 30 days to get this, you will get it, and then you've got 30 days to wear it, and then decide. Don't forget about this, 5 flex, so you're not even paying for the whole bag. You're paying $26. But using any credit card that you prefer, if you have an HSN card, you've got a 6th flex option. It's a little more than 20 bucks. And then decide. You don't even have to pay to ship it to yourself or to us if you decide to return, free shipping. So this is your moment. If you want any of these, don't wait, because it's a one-day deal. That's the iconic European maps.
Right.
We have the incredible folklore blue, which reminds me of the Italian tiles. And then we have this gorgeous, I do love this particular marigold harvest. And then the 2 solid choices, the oxblood and the cinnamon in the tooled designs. You said cinnamon is new.
Yeah, the cinnamon is new. I love the brushed brass on that version. That's like a new kind of tan version, but it's more rusty, a little bit of pumpkin, you might want to even say. Yeah. It's just really a pretty, pretty color. I saw a lot of it in Great Britain, not outside of London as well. I just really was drawn to it. And of course, the oxblood has been around for so many years. It's become so regal, you know, from the riding boots to just men's bags, just belts, just all kinds of things. And some of the shops on High Street in London, they were so expensive. I couldn't believe how much they were selling for. It was like, you know, £1,000.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just so much. So this is great, and I love the fact that the tooling is just on the flap, so it gives it that texture, that depth to it, that really beauty of that craftsmanship to it, but it doesn't shout out. It's not like over the top, you know. You're still gonna have a great classic, clean looking shoulder bag or crossbody bag. Use it every day with whatever you wear, and it's just gonna make your outfit. Look how it looks against the denim.
Yeah,
that cinnamon.
That cinnamon is really stunning.
It just really pops off of the denim. And it's gonna do the same thing against khakis or black jeans as well. I mean, it just looks amazing.
So let me give you a quick update here. We have a few moments left in this presentation, and then we've got a couple of other new designs to share with you. I love the crescent bag that's coming up. It's so stunning. But let's also remember, this is not something that will be this price after today. And we're, you know, there's a little more than 6 hours left of the day, but that's it. Then the price goes up to Still great at $169. It retails for $200, but that's very modest. I've been to Italy this summer.
Yeah, you
I
were.
know what the cost of real good leather is and should be for the quality. But that's why, you know, with Patricia's bags, we hear from customers who have said, had my bag for 10 years, 20 years in some cases. Part of the reason is starting with the materials that we just showed you with those genuine cow hides, but then the burnishing and the hand cutting and trimming, all of this.
It really is. It starts with amazing leather. Do you know out of 3 million square feet of hides that we buy, we only accept 1 million? So 1 out of 3 cow hides we accept, the other 2 reject.
And
it
other
makes
people
everyone
accept.
crazy. And other people accept, they do. They pay less money for it. But that's what we do, and we're very strict about it. I mean, we hand cut them, the edges are burned, single stitch machine is sewed. We talked about the embossing and debossing of that, the rose tooling and how it's hand burnished. I mean, you're just getting special all the way around. That hardware is customized on this bag, the side hardware. And the functionality, that credit card wall just tickles me every time I open it up and see it because it's made of leather. I mean, that's just gonna last forever. And what a great place to put a lot of cards that maybe you don't wanna stuff out your wallet with. You know what I mean? Maybe it's your coffee, point card, or your warehouse membership card, or maybe it's your gym card, or whatever it is. Maybe it's your work security card. Whatever it is, there's so many of those that we just don't necessarily want to have all stuffed in our wallet, and it'd be great to put them on that back pocket wall.
Take your essentials. That's the beauty of this, because it's it's such a great design. The crossbody, a perfect size. I'll remind you, it's 9 1/4 in length, 3 1/2 in the width, and so you can see in the softness of this. It really is just very supple. The burnished edges, of course, 8 inches from north to south, and then the 21 to 25 or so inches on this adjustable all leather strap, by the way, top and bottom of this strap. It's not like, oh, the top is leather, but underneath it's plastic, or the other materials that are used with some designers out there. Patricia is a stickler, and I'm so glad for it, because you keep yourself at that. You hold your own bar for quality.
I do. I really want a bag that you can have forever. And I also want to just bring this up, because sometimes you may need help on your bag. Sometimes there might be something that you want answered about your bag, or we're a little disappointed about it. We have someone who actually answers our phone. We have in-house customer service.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm glad you're sharing this.
Yes, we have somebody that sits there, a cobbler in our warehouse there, on our corporate office, that literally works on return bags. But do you know we get less than 200 damaged bags a year?
Really?
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's very little.
It's nothing. But when we do, we take it very seriously, and we replace it, make it look like brand new, or give you credit, because we just really stand behind it. So I wanted to bring that up too, because sometimes if you don't know about me, you don't know about this brand, this is a brand that you can get behind, and you can trust that we're gonna take care of you. We want you to be a customer for life. We want you to appreciate and enjoy your bag.
Well, that really goes a long way for all of us to hear, and thank you for sharing that. We don't share some of those really important details every time we're together, because time just goes too quickly during these shows, but thank you for sharing that. That oxblood, by the way, one of the tooled options, is the second most limited now. So just putting it out there, I remember, gosh, a couple years ago, it was like the color that we could not keep in stock.
It's just so classy.
So we learned our lesson, try to bring in more when we can, and this is one of those days. But it's also one of those days, if you wait, well, what do they say? If you snooze, you lose. It's a true statement, and there's that oxblood. The one next to it is the cinnamon, which looks a little similar to maybe what you've seen in the past in a cognac category, but it's a different cinnamon. It's more, there it is, more of that pumpkin spice. I like the way you described it.
Yeah, and the burnishing on there, that high and low, that stain on there, you can just really see it. You can close your eyes and you can feel the leaves and the petals on these flowers. It's just such a beautiful feel when you're carrying it every day, when you open up that flap and when you close it. And like I said, you're gonna be so surprised how often you're told, I love your bag,
Yeah.
where did you get it?
Yeah.
I mean, it just happens. And you feel good about your choices. When someone else says to you, oh, I love that print, where'd you get it? This is all a personal choice, right? So when we get this folklore blue, that's a dust bag that we have in all the bags.
Yep.
The marigold harvest, I love all those colors. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And then this European map. I mean, to me, this is the most iconic of all these bags here. This looks like you did get it in Europe. People they'll think you did get it in Europe. And it's just such a storytelling. It's something that dreams are built on, you know, planned trips. Maybe it's memories of our past. Maybe we had that time, you know, abroad in college, or maybe that we remember our stories of our grandmother or our mother and them talking about their travels or their upbringings in some of those places.
Yeah.
I mean, maps just tell stories.
It's inspiring, it really is, for so many reasons. That one is the #1 seller in this presentation, by the way, the European maps. So you can see all 5 choices. We started with 6 today, but we're down to 5 on this incredible crossbody. It's $795,688. Free shipping, 5 flex on this and everything in the show. Or you can add a 6 flex if you have an HSN card. So there's the European maps. We showed you the 2 beautiful solid tooled leathers, one being the cinnamon, one being oxblood. And then of course this gorgeous marigold harvest, followed by the final. I think this one is the way to go. That folklore blue.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
You said we all love our denims. It goes with every shade of denim out there.
Absolutely. It's just, and I love the fact that this could look so great with like this dark navy blazer I'm wearing.
Right.
But then it could look so great if you were wearing it in the summer with some really
lighter
light
shade,
colors,
even
too.
the ivories and the grays.
It's going to go with absolutely
everything.
Look at that.
Let me share with you a couple of the accessories that I know you've loved today. Let's see, we'll start with the coin purse because this one is the one and only